ask me about MTS nutrition. Boom! Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the link in the description box below to sign up for the Tiger Fitness newsletter. Within a week of publishing this video, we will give out a $50 gift card to tigerfitness.com to one lucky person who does all of these steps. Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com CEO, MTS Nutrition, alongside
Steve Shaw, editorial director at tigerfitness.com.
It's that time of the week again, man. The Q&As that you guys send in, and we answer them to the best of our ability, which is pretty damn good, I gotta say.
Yeah, and today, I'm powered by some superior energy sources.
I got clashing here. I just keep this thing flowing all day. I exceed the daily limit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, we got some epic questions. Now, again, the first link you see in the description box below is the Q&A. The top 3 questions we choose randomly. We don't do the upvotes because we had some fraud going on, believe it or not, to get them upvoted. And also some of the upvotes just aren't good questions.
Yeah.
So we just randomly choose good questions that we think you guys will like to answer out of the hundreds and hundreds of questions. But if we don't answer it on video, we still answer it in writing. Plus, the 3 questions we answer, you guys get a $50 gift card to Tiger Fitness.
That's some nice cash right there.
So feel free to jump in and also chime in if you know the answer to a question or you want to just get involved. It's a community. But Steve, what do we got for question number 1?
Oh, question number 1 is from Joe, and it says, counting veggies. Marc, do you need to count the calories of the veggies you eat? Some think that veggie as a simple carbohydrate has no impact on your physical composition, and that if you need it, you can eat them in large quantities without putting on fat.
Well, first of all, let's define that vegetable. Potatoes are a vegetable. No one's going to argue that a potato doesn't have a significant amount of carbohydrate in it.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet potatoes are a vegetable, okay? At the end of the day, you have different kinds of veggies. If you're doing a macronutrient counting plan, if you're doing a macro where you go on fit day, you enter every meal, I believe absolutely you should count everything from broccoli to green beans to lima beans, whatever you eat. However, when using the diabetic exchange, like in my book, which is on the site dropfactorbook.com, I don't count green veggies because the amount of broccoli or green beans or fibrous greens like spinach you need to equal any kind of calories is a lot. And people just can't stomach that much. So it just depends on your diet. If you are doing a straight up counting every macro diet, absolutely. But if you're following a diet that utilizes the diabetic exchange, absolutely not. Steve?
Yeah, you know, it helps to understand too what is and isn't a veggie, because so many people in the fitness landscape still call things like corn and peas veggie. A lot of things that have a lot of calories. So first you need to know what is actually a veggie. Do I count calories? Well, I watch calories in everything I eat, but let's be real here. When you're eating broccoli or asparagus, you really aren't going to eat enough where it's going to be like 400 or 500 calories. I still keep an eye on it, but you know, I don't go crazy. You don't eat enough really to worry about it.
I always tell people who have trouble with appetite, just munch on some broccoli, some spinach, some kale. The water content of them is so high that it's going to fill you up before you get any appreciable amount of calories. However, if really trying to, you know, watch what you're eating and count every macro, do it. And also, as Steve said, yeah, corn and those things, they are veggies, but it's a different kind of veggies. Green fibrous veggies are completely different from a corn or a carrot or something like that.
You know, final word, it helps to have an understanding of the calories in everything you eat. So a lot of people will come to you, a lot of people come to me and you as well, and they'll say, hey, you know, this about my diet, that about my diet, and you'll ask them, hey, well, how many calories are you eating per week? How many calories are you eating per day? And they have no clue how many calories are in anything. So it's good for you to know how many calories are in your veggies.
And I like when I ask people, yes, are you getting enough protein? Dude, I eat a lot of chicken. Eating a lot of chicken doesn't always mean you're getting enough calories. I mean, that could be, that's relative.
Right.
So anyway, I think we've said enough on that. What's question 2?
Question 2, Marc. This is from
Jade Chacon.
Yeah, where are we? Okay, this one is.
Oh no, sorry, it's cheat day.
Yeah, this is from
bzellous.
Bzellous, right? Is it harmful to have a cheat day instead of having a cheat meal?
Hell yeah, you can set yourself back about 2 weeks to 3 weeks of dieting. I mean, a cheat day, you can put down 20,000 calories and completely screw yourself up. I don't even like cheat meals. I like having free meals in moderation. I don't even like the word cheat on a diet. I like to have, you know, times part of your diet. If it's built in, I call it a free meal. I don't like the mental connotation, the mental mindset of cheat, because that infers that you did something wrong. When going out to dinner with your spouse or going on a date and eating off the menu, that's not cheating. That's just allowing yourself some freedom in your diet. So unless you're on a contest prep diet, and cheating implies that you didn't plan it. It implies that, oh, I cheated, I messed up. But if you have a planned structured refeed or a structured free meal, that's not cheating. So my answer is a cheat day. A cheat day. Wow, don't do it.
No, hey, for those of you guys that see my Instagram, you know I've lost 100 pounds, and I did it by portion control. So if you ask me if you can have a cheat day can mean something, can mean 10 different things to 10 different people.
You're right.
I can put away 10, 20,000 calories in a day. So that's a pig out day. Here's what I recommend. If you're gonna eat foods, this is what I do on the weekend. People will see me posting pizza and ice cream and stuff on the weekends, and they'll go, how do you maintain your weight?
The answer is DMP.
Yes,
lots and lots of DMP.
No, we don't do that. But the answer is portion control. When I have a cookie, Mark, I have one cookie.
A cookie.
When I go out for Mexican food, I eat a plate. I don't eat like the whole buffet.
That's, you know what, I actually have written books where I've written like 10 diet books where I say that a free meal, I allow a free meal. I even might have called it a cheat meal in the past before I learned not to call it that. Where I say the number one rule is do not go to a buffet. Right. Do not go to a buffet. Eat anything off the menu at Chili's, TGI Fridays, Longhorn, anything. Anything, any one entree, any one dessert. I call it keep it free, keep it three. Appetizer, entree, dessert. Keep it free, keep it three.
Does that apply to the bedroom as well?
You know what? Keep it three. I think, look, dude, we're getting up there in age. At near 37 years old, anything less than 5 women involved is just boring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all right. I just took that to a whole different level.
And I just kept it going. I would have still been going if you didn't stop.
All right, Mark, last question. Squats. Everyday squat routine by Jay Chacon.
Chacon.
Chaka Khan.
Chacon.
Yeah, we doing that. Hey,
Mark.
Cabron. In your recent videos, you are advocating squatting every day. What squat routine would you recommend? Would you do squats before and after your workout? Would you change the type of squats done? For example, one day overhead squats, another day back squats.
You definitely can. However, the routine I recommend, it's not like people look at every day, oh, you're squatting every day overtraining. I'm not saying do a hardcore Ronnie Coleman leg training session every day. What I'm saying is just, I call it touch it up. You know, like this morning I woke up, today's an off day from the gym, we did photo shoots, I'm spent. I still woke up, I did goblet squats, I went from 20 pounds to 150 pounds, increments of 10, so I did 14 total sets of that for 3 to 5 reps. If I was going hard in the paint, I would go to failure. I'm not going anywhere near failure. And then I did 6 sets of regular squats, 2 sets of 135 for 8, 2 sets of 185 for 5, and 2 sets of 225 for 3. And the thing is, what I recommend for most, some people don't like back squats, they just can't do them. Start with goblet squats. Do around 5 to 10 sets a day. There's nothing wrong with squatting every day. Am I saying put complete spinal load and compression every single day, go to 500 pounds and grind it out? No, it's all relative too. If your max, my max on squats probably in the 500s, so for me to go to 225 or 315 is relatively light. That's 50% of 1 RM or something like that. Whereas if someone who, you know, was to do 315 as their max, I recommend they only go up to like $150 or $185 every day. Before or after workout, it doesn't matter what I do. Preference is I like to do it at a separate time in the day as my workout. However, it's an amazing warm-up. You want to get warmed up for every body part, do a goblet squat. You're flexing your core, everything gets warmed up. Do 5 to 10 sets of goblet squats. My squat every day program is meant more for health and wellness and longevity. It's not, and also to fix and heal hip issues, because let's be real, in this society, we sit down all day. The human body is not meant to sit in a cubicle as long as we sit in a cubicle all day long in our jobs. So we have hip issues, we have knee issues, we have posture issues, we have core issues, and there's no better movement to fix those issues than a goblet squat. You're going to see that a lot of my programs are centered around goblet squats because there's no better ab exercise and there's no better core exercise and there's no better movement that most simulates what you will do in nature when squatting down. I mean, spinal load from a back squat is, again, as long as you're not going relative to your strength too heavy, I don't think it's a big deal. But again, the squat routine I recommend is not necessarily meant, I still have a leg day. My squat routine is meant for longevity and health. Steve?
Yeah, you know, for those of you guys that are interested in frequent squatting, you know, I've competed in powerlifting. There's some stuff out there by John Braz and some people that advocate squatting every day. I built up close to a 700-pound squat with frequent squatting, but I did not squat every day. I found it to be counterproductive. It's mentally straining to try to squat every day. It can be physically challenging. I simply don't recommend that if you want to go heavy.
Not heavy, no, I wouldn't either. I know Mike Rashid, as a counter, when he was doing squats every day, he was going for 500, 600 pounds every day. But I'm not, this isn't a phase. I'm not saying I'm going to do this for 3 months and stop. This is something I plan on doing indefinitely.
Right.
Because again, it's one of those that I'm still doing a leg day. You know what I mean? Like, this is, for me, it's my therapy. It's the way I loosen my body up. And I've always had issues getting low enough because I dislocated my pelvis in high school playing football. So I've never been able to get deep in the squat. And by doing this, my squats are deep in the hole now, and it's really gotten me to a point where my knees feel better, my ankle and calf mobility has gotten better, and I just think it's something that you should do. However, as a power lifter, it depends who you listen to. Obviously, a lot of people get a lot of great results from Smolov, and Smolov is, I believe, squat, I think you do 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I hated Smolov.
It's like a meat, it's like a meat grinder. I mean, people look at these Russian programs and they're like, you know, that's not what Marc's doing here. The Russian programs are like meat grinders. You know, for every guy that survives, there's going to be 10 to 15 that don't, and it's just.
I can't deal with the implications, and also realize your muscle damage, your breakdown that you're going to need to recover from in any lift is going to be the eccentric portion of the lift. So if you're going heavy, where you're going to cause the soreness and damage will be on the way down the descent of the squat. If you go into any strength program, into football or anything, there's a reason there's bumper plates. You get a trap bar, you come up, you explode, you drop it. You don't do the eccentric. That's how they can do it every day. So there's a lot of variables involved that a lot of these bro coaches don't touch on because they simply don't know how to train athletes. Right. And that's why I stepped outside the proverbial bro box of Nazem, of Poliquin, of all those guys. Poliquin's actually pretty good. And I did Exos because I was able to learn what athletes do, because we can apply the recovery. Exos is all about recovery. That's what I've learned. They're programmed pillar prep to regen. They begin and end with recovery. Their beginning is recovery. So what I learned is that we can use a lot of things that athletes do while they're not going for hypertrophy to throw into hypertrophy type training to aid us. So that's why with squats, again, what's going to kill you is when you get that 500 pounds on the bar, and if that's your 80% of 1RM, right. You get that 80%. It's not the coming up. It's not the concentric portion of the lift. It's coming down. You do that day in and day out, that's going to cause muscle damage. It's not going to recover to the degree you want it. However, and I'm getting far beyond it because this interests me, and I apologize, Steve, I know you have stuff to do. However, if you look at a trap bar deadlift, you look at athletes, they do the concentric portion and drop it. And they're able to do it day in and day out because they're not using that eccentric portion. But that's beyond it. But bottom line is, there's also an article, type in, you can find it, I have a squat every day for rehab and health. There's also a squat every day total body program on the Tiger Fitness content site.
Yeah, just one more thing. If you're struggling with a squat form, a program like this, you get to do it every day. You get to practice your squat form every day, and it helps you mentally connect. So it's a good program for you.
How do you get better at something? Everybody says, I remember yesterday I was doing Instagram Live, we were filming that chest video. How do I get better at dumbbell bench press? I said, do dumbbell bench press.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to do the heavy weight every day. You just need to keep practicing.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, link down below. Click it. Ask some questions. Again, Steve Shaw and me, we're handling everything. We want you to follow also. We don't do this enough. Follow Tiger Fitness, MTS Nutrition, and all of our social media stuffs on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Each of our different media outlets has different tidbits of information that will help you reach your goals, and it's just fun to follow along.
Yeah, and if we don't have the answers, we'll make up something that sounds good.
And we'll look good doing it. I'm Marc Lobliner alongside Steve Shaw, editorial director, and that's not a gift.